LP? How are you doing?
What's up? How you doing, man?
I'm great. I'm great. So pleased to have you. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
How you've been handling this craziness that the tour involves? I know that you've been missing touring, but is it something that naturally comes back to you? Is it something that you can just like flip a switch and you're on tour mode once again?
Totally. I mean, I just like, it's like, but it's, it's more of a job. It's not like I miss like hanging, you know what I mean? When I'm on tour, I can't really do a lot, but I love it. I always miss it, and it'd be nice to get back.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. And what about Mexico? I mean, you're not new to Mexico, and I think that before we enter to talk about Mexico specifically, I would like to ask you, we were talking about a little bit off air or off the record, but I would like to ask you, what is it that you enjoy the most out of doing this kind of interviews? Because it is something that when you grow up wanting to be a musician, maybe you kind of expect that aspect of the job. Yeah. But nowadays with social media and everything, I don't think that it is 100% of the artists that really want to take the time to do interviews and mostly when it comes to international interviews. So what is it that you enjoy and why do you take the time?
I like talking to people. I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? And I think part of any artist's appeal is their personality. And I think it's like it's really good to show it. I mean, especially for me, I feel like I think it's a good extra for me. I mean, I think it explains a lot. You know, I think people come away with like more of a clear picture of like me musically and me personally when they see my personality. They're like, you know what I mean? Because also I think that sometimes when people see me, they think I'm going to be a lot different,
Yeah, totally.
Taller, for example, like more of a douche, an asshole. But no, I'm actually very short and nice.
Yeah, you're really nice.
I like to show that off.
Yeah, I get it. That
I mean, I'm not nice all the time, obviously, and no one is, but
And you also get to be open from a new perspective, right? Because it's not something that you necessarily would speak by yourself on social media. It's not that, it's not like you are going to be asking yourself questions on social media.
Oh, I ask myself questions, believe me.
But not necessarily to answer it on social media.
And also I think anything that looks like kind of forced, like, like I'm not an influencer type person. Nothing against those people, but it's like a thing, you know what I mean? It's just like there's all different kinds of levels of like kind of like being an extrovert that I think are like all over the spectrum, you know what I mean? And I'm definitely an extrovert, but I don't know. There's certain things I can't, I'm not the best at like, self-promotion. Like I have to be pushed or people do it for me.
I get it.
You know what I mean? It's like, here I am by a puddle. Here I am getting coffee.
Awesome.
Here I am flicking some cab off. Like I don't fucking know anything, but I just feel like I kind of just like talking to people better.
Awesome. I will take some time now to translate for
Jesus,
the Fox.
Good luck with that. I didn't know that. Now well, I'm gonna go have a cigarette while you're. I don't smoke, but I'm gonna have a cigarette while you're.
No, I'll do a quick version of the whole conversation that we've been having.
Interesting.
Yeah. Bueno, le comentaba a LP que voy a hacer una especie de resumen de lo que estamos platicando, porque la verdad es que es una persona tan linda y tan interesante con la cual platicar que podríamos habernos seguido y yo habría obviado que teníamos, más bien que no tenemos subtítulos, pero para todos aquellos que no hablan inglés y que necesiten de mi ayuda, pues con gusto les haré un resumen de lo que platicábamos. Le preguntaba qué es eso que la hace sentirse atraída a querer hacer promoción, porque a diferencia de muchos artistas que hoy en día sienten que las redes sociales hacen que ya no necesites ir a hacer un tour de medios y hacer entrevistas en distintos medios de comunicación, pues ella lo hace, y no solamente en su natal Estados Unidos o en Europa, sino también se toma el tiempo de hacerlo acá en Latinoamérica y en México. Eso, la verdad, se agradece, y ella decía que simplemente le encanta platicar con la gente, conocer a la gente y conectar a un nivel un poco más profundo, ¿no? Más allá de lo que un posteo en redes sociales pueda dejarnos ver, porque ella dice que no es del tipo influencer en sus redes sociales. That's the short version of the thing, so.
I mean, you missed the part about the. No, I'm kidding. I have no idea. I have no idea what you said, but yes.
Yes, what he said.
I agree. What he said.
Okay, well, now I would like to ask you specifically about Mexico. I mean, we are in Mexico. It is not your first time, and you are really, really close to Mexico. So speak to me a little bit about your relationship, your close relationship with Mexico.
Well, I've been coming here for years, like, kind of on some vacation mode, not very interesting, like a lot of Americans, Tulum and whatnot, but I always like really, really loved it. And, Tijuana also, I had a ex-girlfriend that like used to go get her teeth fixed. Brave.
Oof.
Very brave, but like, why not? I don't like dentists in general, but, anyway, so I feel like I just always thought that everyone was so nice, always just very cool, and just like a lot of heart, like very kind of like open, and very, I don't know, they love their friends and their family, but and it's just like I always felt like connected to them, to people here, and then I had a best friend from LA named Renato Lopez, and we had the same manager and stuff, and we were really good friends, and then he came here to work, and then he introduced me to a whole bunch of friends here. So I have a bunch of friends here. Even the woman I'm seeing, Julieta Grajales, now, we met through that whole crowd, and yeah, it's really cool. And I love going anywhere in Mexico. In fact, I want to buy this house. So
nice. Nice. You should.
Yeah, you should.
If you are not kicking us out, you should.
Oh, hell yeah. No, everybody can stay.
Okay, nice.
I'm buying it like furnished and with all the people that
Nice. Everything included.
No one's allowed to leave, actually.
Bueno,
Stay right where you are.
Le preguntaba un poco de cuál es su relación con México, porque tiene una relación muy estrecha con México, y ella comenta que literalmente siente que es una cuestión familiar. Comenzó teniendo muchos amigos y ahora ya es prácticamente una cuestión personal y de familia la que siente con México. But what about your fans, your Mexican fans? They are like truly devoted. Like,
they are the best. I can't wait to see them all. I'm going to say hi to each and every one of them when I see them on Saturday, tomorrow.
Yeah, handshake and hug and everything.
Handshake, hug, picture.
Nice.
It's only going to take me the next 4 weeks, I think.
Yeah. That's the most challenging part of the job. Like playing your set is like piece of cake.
It's going to be hard to say hi to everybody, but I'll do a group hi.
Nice. Group hug.
Yeah, group hug, group hi.
Nice. Okay, so what astonishes me the most is the devotion that your Mexican fans have for you. Like, what do you think is that they see in you for them to connect in that kind of level? Because like when you check out your official videos on YouTube, like the first or the top 5 comments are in Spanish, and they are like waving Mexico's flags all over the place. What do you think there is for that relationship?
I hope they, like what I was saying, not very articulately, like before, about Mexican people, is that there's an authenticity to them. I think,
nice.
And I think that they see that in me. I mean, I'm not really like, I'm all kinds of like all over the place, and I have a lot of quirks and all that stuff. But I think I'm an authentic person. Like I'm not like, I'm not friendly because I want to get some. I mean, I can't really help it, except when I'm pissed, and then I get pissed, like really pissed. But yeah, I feel like there's an authenticity that they get from me or feel from me, and I feel from them. So it's cool.
Nice. Bueno, le preguntaba, antes de pasar a lo siguiente, le preguntaba qué es lo que ella piensa que sus fans mexicanos ven en ella, porque tienen realmente una conexión muy profunda. Y cuando uno entra a los videos oficiales de LP en YouTube, se puede dar cuenta de que por lo menos los primeros 5 comentarios están escritos en español y tienen banderas mexicanas, ¿no? En el comentario. Entonces, ella decía que realmente cree que los mexicanos valoramos mucho la autenticidad y que a ella le gusta pensar que es una persona muy auténtica y que no es simplemente una persona linda por querer quedar bien, sino que realmente se muestra tal cual es y así lo ha hecho durante toda su carrera. Now,
Did you make me look good?
yeah, I
Okay,
did.
good.
I did.
You added some extra shit in there.
I said you're nice and you're authentic,
Hey, okay.
and I totally mean it. It's not that I felt pressure to translate it.
Yeah, this person's looking at me with a blank stare as I tell you guys that what an asshole. What a dick.
Yeah,
Sorry about
that's
that.
exactly what I'm
Yeah,
doing.
exactly.
Okay, but now that you're back in Mexico, you've already played one of the biggest festivals in Mexico, which is Vive Latino.
Yeah.
And
It's
now you're
amazing.
coming back to Corona Capital
Sí.
this Saturday, tomorrow. So I don't know if you are aware of this, but the the crowds that attend
No.
each festival are really different from each other.
Oh, really?
Like
Oh, cool.
historically, Vive Latino is way more concentrated. I mean, it has Latin in it. Latino is
Right.
Latin, so it is way more concentrated in Hispanic proposals, if you will, or
Yeah, okay.
or artists or
Yeah.
bands,
I see.
and Corona Capital is way more indie and alternative, etc.
Okay.
It's not necessarily that one is more rocker than the other.
Yeah.
It's just different kind of targets.
Yeah.
But you are doing both. So speak to me a little bit if you were aware of this,
I
and
didn't know. I
and
didn't
if
know. I
you're
think
not.
someone explained it to me once, and I think I remember as you were saying that I think I was one of very few English speaking bands in
Uh-huh.
Viva Latino
Yeah.
that year, and yeah, I didn't. Sometimes there's so much going on, and I was coming off a tour and I had to leave for Russia that night, so I played a little earlier than I was gonna, and so I was just like, in the middle of everything. And so I didn't really understand. First of all, I had no idea that was going to be like how crazy it was. I was picturing like, a good time, but not like, I couldn't believe it, like, and, I have no idea what's going to happen this time. Who knows? You know,
But
maybe I'll just be staring at a bunch of distortion. Sorry. What's the name? The band is playing after me. Anyway, I'm just looking at other fans, like, with their
yeah,
arms
yeah, yeah.
folded.
Like we are
Yeah.
waiting for the next
Yeah.
act, but it's not something that would never happen for you in Mexico because
Yeah.
Mexico loves you, like really, really. We love
And
you
I
as.
do.
Yeah, I know that it's mutual. Le preguntaba un poco sobre la diferencia y si es que ella estaba al tanto de que existe una marcada diferencia entre las audiencias del Vive Latino y el Corona Capital. Ella ya se presentó en el Vive Latino y ahora lo hará el día de mañana en el Corona Capital 2021. Entonces, ella me comentaba que realmente no sabía, que quizá lo había escuchado por ahí, pero no sabía realmente que son festivales tan distintos y que entonces no sabe qué esperar del día de mañana y que simplemente cree que va a dar lo mejor de sí, esperando que la gente que esté presente durante su set no esté nada más ahí por querer ver al siguiente acto. Por supuesto, le decía que eso no sucederá porque sus fans mexicanos son de los más devotos. And now, part of what interests me in the terms of asking you about this difference between Vive Latino and Corona Capital is the diversity in your music.
Yeah.
You've spoke about your way different kind of background that you have. Like you grew up listening to classic music, opera, and then rock came like a little bit later into your life. So is that something that is natural for you, that comes natural for you to be this diverse when it comes to writing?
I think so. I mean, I think the way I sing makes me like that too. I think I don't really pay attention much to uh, fitting in as far as like the song. I don't really know how to do that. Like I don't really know how to write. I mean, I do. I mean, I do it for other people sometimes, but I also don't. And I don't really try to police myself when I'm writing music. And I just like let it pop out. But I think yeah, I think that I just like kind of go with like how I'm feeling, and I have a lot of influences like and so they all like kind of poured into my voice, and then I think I kind of like I think probably my most likely avenue when I was younger, like and didn't know, was like this like bluesy rock
Hmm.
stuff, and I have an element of that in my voice, but I love pop music so much, and then I love rock music so much. So I think like my heroes, just like I just wanted to be like them, so it's kind of filtered through that, but it sounds
Hmm.
nothing like them
Yeah,
at
yeah, I
all.
get it.
Yeah, so I don't know, and then I can do things with my voice that are like not particularly like um kind of, I don't know, they're not like sort of present day kind of things. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, I know what you're saying, and I feel you, but I think at the same time that you truly have this diversity that makes it clear, at least for me
Yeah,
as a Mexican,
yeah,
and being closed with the difference in concept of both festivals, that you have like
yeah,
this kind of vibe on Fighter or How
yeah,
Low Can You Go, which are two singles that recently came out, which are way more Corona Capital,
yeah,
and you have this other vibe which probably most of your fans know you for, when Lost on You came out, which is really closer to Vive Latino.
yeah.
So I feel really happy that you are now considering to include some
Yeah.
of the new material
Oh yeah, I have
on
the
your
new
set.
stuff for sure in there. Just, that was the only one I wasn't including, but
Nice.
don't tell anyone.
No,
Um,
no, I
but
won't.
yeah, but yeah, no, that's really interesting insight. And I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah, yeah. I think that it is something that at least I would expect.
Yeah,
Well, I know that we are getting some live music.
yeah,
So I would
yeah.
like to ask you if you like to do like a quick
All right.
pause in our talk for you
Mm-hmm. Sing a
to
song.
sing some
Shut up and
tunes.
sing.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then we can
All
come
right.
back.
Cool. Sounds good.
Le preguntaba que vamos a hacer una pequeña pausa y si le parecía bien para que nos deleite con su angelical voz y podamos aprovechar para saludar a la gente que nos está leyendo y comentando en Facebook. Saludos a Gregorio Montes, el siempre fiel Managoy, a Malinali Miranda, a Calanés Tricala, a Diana Niño, a Marisol Enciso, al buen Pollo Rock que está por ahí haciendo ruido también con nosotros, a Angélica Sánchez Vázquez, a Carlita Hernández, como siempre también presente, Karina Ivonne Rodríguez Reséndez, y así hay una larga, interminable lista de comentarios. De verdad me gustaría poder saludarlos a todos, pero creo que va a ser mucho más productivo si los dejo unos minutos con la melodiosa voz de LP, que nos va a deleitar con música completamente en vivo. Entonces, sin mayor preámbulo, are you guys ready?
Yeah, man.
Okay. What are you going to sing for us first?
We're gonna sing a new song called Angels.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. The most recent, el sencillo más reciente de LP, Angels, en Ruido Blanco.
Hold on. One minute. All right. Yeah. I've been looking for answers. I've been looking for change. I've been looking for dancers in the middle of the rain. Might seem a mile away, might seem insane. Could be a smile away. Could you feel my pain? How do I reach you? What's underneath you? Keeping you safe and sound. Found what I'm chasing, heart racing. When you're around, it feels like angels over me. I never seen them before, but I feel angels over me. I hear them sing, I love you more, I love you more, love you more. I love you more, I love you more. You got the keys to the kingdom, and kinda felt like a cage. Had to look for the wisdom right there on the page. Hey, all you kings and queens and in-betweens, we're okay. Singing higher than the mezzanine, we're okay. How do I reach you? What's underneath you? Keeping you safe and sound. If you see me, they see me. When you're around, it feels like angels over me. I never seen them before, but I feel angels over me. I hear them sing, I love you more, I love you more, I love you more. It's only a case of denial that messes with my inner child. But you bring out the best in me and fill me with ecstasy like I haven't seen in a while. I see angels, I've never seen them before, but I feel angels over me. I hear them sing, I love you more, I love you more. When you're around, it feels like angels over me. I never seen them before, but I feel angels over me. I hear them sing, I love you more, I love you more, love you more. I love you more, I love you
Wow. Amazing, amazing.
more. Thanks, man.
That's the most recent single, right?
Yeah, that's coming out soon. I think it's
And
almost out.
does
It's
it
out.
feel like some kind of back to basics for you?
It sounds like my yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I mean that's never gonna go away. That's the thing. I'm just always like, like that's like how low can you go is kind of like where I push things, and then
Right.
Angels is like where I keep things, because I wanna get new people and have new fans and stuff. But I don't like to like do stuff that like makes my like diehard fans go, oh man, I liked when they did that.
Yeah, I get it. I
Yeah,
get
I
it.
think it's cool to like kind of mix it up, but not go complete 180 all the time.
But it's not something that scares you. I mean, you being an artist and starting your career as a songwriter, like you wrote, I don't know if everyone is familiar with this side of your story, but you started writing for artists from such different backgrounds, starting from the Backstreet Boys to Celine Dion. So
Yeah. Well, that
I
was the
mean,
thing. I think that writing for other people really was something that made me um very diverse as a writer,
yeah,
like, and it really like blurred the genre all the time because I had to write for as many different types of people as possible. And as many genres as I could, just to to make money, because like you don't want to be that artist that they just call on to do pop songs or something like
yeah.
that. So I really tried to like spread the love, and then it brought me back to myself, like kind of more well rounded and more like kind of interesting, I think.
Amazing. Le preguntaba sobre esta diversidad que ha mostrado, sobre todo entre algunos de sus más recientes sencillos y este que es el más reciente llamado Angels, y le preguntaba si se siente un poco como volver a lo básico, ¿no? Volver a los orígenes o a los inicios de su carrera, en los que pues tenía una propuesta mucho más influenciada por el country, el blues, ¿no? Más emocional en todo sentido, a diferencia de algunos otros sencillos como Fighter o How Low Can You Go, donde ella misma menciona que empujó un poco los límites de lo que había hecho. Y la verdad es que dice que, pues sí, o sea, al final del día ella está acostumbrada a escribir todo tipo de música y no alcanza como a percibir géneros, precisamente por haber comenzado su carrera como compositora para artistas tan variados como los Backstreet Boys hasta Celine Dion. Y y eso no le permite realmente ver géneros al momento de componer, sino más bien lo que ella quiere expresar. And now that we were talking about pushing the limits and pushing yourselves towards something that you've never done as a solo artist, at least, does it feel like a creative necessity for you to push some boundaries on the upcoming albums or singles? Or is it something that you just necessarily go with the flow and that's it?
I just go with the flow. I don't really know what I'm going to do. I don't like to know. I don't
Nice.
want to know, man. Yeah, I think I like try to surprise myself and then just roll with it. You know, I think that's the best way. I mean, because things sound forced. You know,
Yeah,
it's like trying to write a political song. If it doesn't come to you, if it's not like
I get it.
smacking you in the head and you have to do it. You know, it's like kind of. I don't like when things feel unnatural. You know, authenticity, man. That's what I'm freaking talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I got a thing in my mouth.
Le preguntaba precisamente sobre qué podemos esperar un poco, ¿no? Sobre el futuro inmediato de su música, si podremos escucharla empujando esos límites creativos de su música o de su sonido, y ella dice que realmente no tiene idea y que le gusta no saber, que le gusta no saber qué es lo que va a pasar y que prefiere sorprenderse a sí misma y volvemos a lo mismo de la autenticidad, ¿no? Y que por eso es que la amamos tanto en México. Now that we were talking a little bit about your whole career and what you've been doing on the recent singles, but I have to ask you about the blow, the immense explosion globally that was Lost on You.
Oh, right.
I know that you've spoken about not knowing that it was going to be a huge hit,
Yeah.
and that's something that relates to what you just said. You like to surprise yourself, and
Yeah.
I get it that the huge success that Lost on You was truly should have surprised you. But
Yeah, I mean,
after that, what happened? Like, how did you handle it? Because I heard an interview where you said that when Lost on You happened, I mean the success, you were like 50 songs ahead of
Yeah.
that song. So
I was, and I had no idea. You know, I had gotten dropped from I'd gotten dropped from my label after I played them that song.
yeah, that's the story that I wanted to hear.
So that's just the funny part of it, and I I love obviously telling that story, not just because I'm like yeah, because no, I mean yeah, but I just like as an inspiration for other people, you know, and that just because someone that's the highest level at a label like decides you're not worth anything to that label, even though I owe them like $1.6 million that they never got back because they dropped me and I don't have to pay it back. But yeah, it's just like, wow, it's like, and then that happened. And
how the tables turned.
Yeah, almost a year and a half later, this happened. And I was just like, wow, crazy.
But the song had already came out, right? When the success happened.
Yeah, well, it was like recently out.
Yeah.
It's like it spread, and it was like a Greek label asked if they could license it from the little label that I was on after Warner Brothers, and then he said yes, and then Italy, and then France did, and then it started spreading like that, and then and that was like, that was 2016, and I had gotten dropped in 2015.
Wow.
And then I got signed like a few months after I got dropped by a label called Vagrant.
Wow.
And then, yeah.
Le preguntaba sobre el éxito que representó Lost on You, obviamente no solamente el disco, sino específicamente el sencillo, y es que hay una historia que no sé si todo el mundo sepa, pero la acaba de contar, yo justo le preguntaba con esa intención, cuando salió Lost on You y cuando el éxito se hizo mundial, a ella la acababa de despedir su disquera, salió el disco y la despidió su disquera. Y entonces todo ese éxito que se cosechó a raíz de Lost on You, pues ya no le tocó disfrutarlo a la disquera. Y realmente lo que dice es que no le gusta contar la historia precisamente por el hecho de que sea, mira de quién te burlaste vos, ¿no? Sino más una idea de superación en el sentido de que puede inspirar a muchas personas en las que no necesariamente tienen que creer en ti otras personas, siempre y cuando tú sepas que lo que estás haciendo tiene valor, y creo que así le sucedió. And after the European success, Mexico happened. I don't know if
Yeah,
you are
that
aware
was
of
like
this.
2.5 years later.
Yeah, I know, I know. I don't know if you are aware of this, but when you open YouTube without being logged with your user,
Yeah.
one of the first videos that YouTube suggests in Mexico, like having
wow.
no idea of your interests, of your music likes or dislikes.
Oh wow.
One of the first videos that YouTube suggests is the acoustic version of Lost on You.
Wow. I mean, who do I have to take out to dinner for that?
I don't. I have no idea, but you can take me out to dinner if you want. I can be the
Yay,
representative
there
of
you
Mexico.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be the person, the recipient of the kindness. Yes.
How does
No,
that feel for you? Like
I mean,
being
I didn't know that, but that's pretty crazy. You know. Yeah, I think, and that's the thing. I think everybody, if you open yourself up to it for the, as they say, like, this is like, sounds like all self-helpy, and I wouldn't normally say this, but you're kind of blowing me away from that. But, when you open yourself up to abundance or whatever,
yeah.
shit happens sometimes, like,
Is it
I don't
something that you
know.
believe in? Like, do you believe in attracting things and
Oh yeah,
law of
totally.
attraction?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that, like, people get in ruts and everything, but like, and it's a really weird mindset to receive, even with songs. I believe that it's a thing, like the songs are there, and like, and you can just like kind of catch them.
Nice, nice. That concept sounds right. So
Yeah.
please hold that thought. I'm going to translate this because
Oh geez.
I think that the next part is going to be way more deep.
Yeah, you're gonna
So,
levitate out of that chair, man.
yeah, I'm trying.
I'm gonna see it.
I'm trying my best. I mean, I'm sweating. I'm sweating behind this leather jacket because it is hard for me to translate this kind of conversation.
Sorry
So
about that.
no, it's way more enjoyable for me,
Okay.
really. Lo que me decía era un poco que ella cree en la ley de atracción, ¿no? Le preguntaba si ella creía en eso y llegamos a ese punto porque estábamos hablando de que ella no sabía, pero le comentaba que cuando uno abre una página nueva, una ventana nueva de YouTube en México, sin estar necesariamente logueado o sin haber iniciado sesión en un perfil, uno de los primeros videos que YouTube recomienda de forma así random, sin saber cuáles son tus gustos o tus disgustos, o sin saber si te gusta su música o no, uno de los primeros videos que aparecen ahí son, es la versión acústica o la sesión acústica de Lost on You. Y ella decía que realmente pues le sorprende y le vuela la cabeza esto que le estoy contando y que cree que de alguna u otra forma es algo que ella pudo haber atraído, ¿no? Entonces le preguntaba si realmente cree en la ley de atracción y dice que sí, que a veces también le funciona o le ha pasado incluso con canciones. Now, going back to that deep part of our conversation, is it something that you've ever experienced? Like, is there a song that you remember specifically that not necessarily came to you as easy as you would imagine it, and then you attracted it?
Oh gosh. Woo, that's a good question there. I think I gotta say, like, a lot of songs on this record felt like that. I was very
Nice.
open, and I didn't have like, like you have to understand that I this is more than I ever thought was gonna happen. I was like kind of like I was like I want to be like a decent indie band in the States. You know what I mean? Like if
Gotcha.
at least or whatever. And then I never even pictured playing in Europe. Like or here for that matter. I just like was trying to like play to like if I could like 500 people in the States, and I kind of blew past that. But I'm like kind of amazed, and so I'm kind of like hanging, man. I still want to reach as many people as I can. I'm like, definitely ambitious about reaching as many people, but like I kind of got so much more than I even asked for or thought I could do, and so now I'm just like so grateful and so like open to like kind of and I feel I feel a responsibility. I feel this responsibility to like the audience that I do have. I'm like I'll feel it on stage sometimes, like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to write more songs with these people. And so I don't know. And so now I just feel very open to everything. And like this record, I mean, I think it really kind of was a lot of songs just kind of came through like that. Even like Angels, it's like, I mean, it's just like a, dare I say, a kind of generic title, but I just felt like I just felt like a good song was going to come out of it. And and I mean, usually I write almost every song. I collaborate all the time, but like, I write almost every song. We finish it in like a day or two. The sweet spot is two, but it's very quick, and I feel like it just kind of starts going, and I think that's one of the things I think maybe about writing songs that makes you better, because it's hard. You're the only one that really ever knows how much better you're getting. It's in your head. Each artist, I think, you kind of know, and so I feel like I got better at just at receiving or something, like, and just being able to like kind of let it in and not force it, and trimming the fat and all this stuff. I don't know, it's weird, but yeah, I feel like this record in particular felt like I was able to do that, what we're speaking of.
Nice, nice. Le pregunté justo sobre esta cuestión que hablaba de la ley de atracción, y si hay alguna canción en especial que a ella le haya hecho sentir que quizá no vino a ella de forma tan natural y que quizá tuvo que atraerla para que se terminara consolidando en una canción. Y dice que varias canciones de este disco le resultaron de esa forma, y que cree que Angels es un buen ejemplo, porque a pesar de que incluso el título pueda ser un poco genérico, le parecía que una buena canción iba a salir de la idea o de la primera inspiración que tuvo al respecto, y que sí, varias de esas canciones le tomaron más del promedio que normalmente tarda en escribir una canción, que son aproximadamente 2 días, así que una compositora experta en todo sentido. Now, I know that we are low on time, but
it's probably because I talk way too much, man. Sorry about that.
No, sorry about that, because I talked way more than I should.
Translate my shit, and it's a whole thing. It's a whole damn thing.
That's a challenge.
Yeah, it's a challenge.
I know that we have one more song, and it is a perfect song for us to say goodbye, literally.
Yeah. And this is my boy Greco right here. Just so we introduce Greco. Greco, can I not butcher your last name? What's your last name? Barato. Yeah, I knew it was a cheese of some kind. I was going to say, is it pecorina? Like, I knew it was like the opposite. Like, it was not burrata, but it was barato. And I was like, maybe it's pecorina or something like that. I don't freaking know. Anyway, Greco, Barato, and he's the best. And I love playing with him. He's my substitute for my other guitar player, but now I feel like he's like, I don't know how I'm going to give him up.
Nobody would even noticed if you would have said so. So welcome, Greco. Greco en la guitarra.
Backhanded compliment. Thanks very much.
Yeah.
All right. Goodbye. Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure being here. All right. Ready? I'll try not to mess it up. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. The substance, the dealer, the wiser, the realer, the sun coming up and the touch of a healer. The days of our lives, the first time that I saw her, the eyes of a savior. I loved her and lost her, and I don't know why. All I do is try. It's a lonely night that talks to me, and it takes its toll on the sweetest soul. To release inner peace, and I tell yourself to let it go. Goodbye to less than goodbye. Goodbye to wasting more time. To all of the darkness where there should be light. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. The what's next, the subtext is complex, and in the end we're all just having the same sex. Your heroes, your demons, you're taught to believe in. They change with the seasons, yeah, fuck 'em, don't need 'em. And I don't know why. All I do is try. It's a lonely night that talks to me, talks to me. Takes a real shit show with a heart of gold to release inner peace, and I tell yourself to let it go. Goodbye to listening, goodbye. Goodbye to wasting more time, to all of the darkness when there should be light. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Oh, no more cry. Wave goodbye. It's alright. Say goodbye. No more cry. Wave goodbye. It's alright. Say goodbye. No more cry. Wave goodbye. It's alright to say goodbye. Oh, to unlove the darkness where there should be light. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Oh, arrivederci. I'll sing in any language you let me. Yasu, dos padania or double. Goodbye, let's say hello to tomorrow. Adios, au revoir, arrivederci. I'll sing in any language you let me. Yasu, dos padania or double. Goodbye, let's say hello to tomorrow.
Wow. What a perfect way to end it.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for joining
Thank you
us.
so much, man. That was so much fun. I had a good time.
It was such a
Bye.
pleasure. Y a ustedes también, sobre todo, gracias por habernos acompañado. Eso fue LP completamente en vivo en Ruido Blanco FM. Saludos a todos los que estuvieron conectados en la transmisión. Saludos a Leticia Llanos, a Malilani Miranda, a Vanessa Reyes, a mi querido Managoy, a Chema Velázquez, por supuesto a Sol LP Navs, que supongo que es parte del ejército de seguidores de LP, y a todos los que estuvieron conectados en nuestras distintas redes sociales. Si son nuevos, bienvenidos a las redes y al mundo de Ruido Blanco FM. Conéctense, quédense con nosotros, porque este tipo de cosas solo pasan aquí en Ruido Blanco. Yo soy Alexis Castro. Fue para mí un placer haber recibido a LP acá en cabina y espero de verdad que mi traducción les haya hecho el honor, porque tuvimos una excelente conversación y la disfruté muchísimo. Nos vemos en la próxima. Que el rock los acompañe.
Adiós. Gracias.